pointed over there toward Santa Cruz. And this is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC. Central California Bozo Net, Central and Northern California Bozo Net on 222.1. Looking for KW6 Sugar or anybody else over that way that's copying. K6MYC Bozo Net. Okay, QRZ again, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC Bozo Net 222.1, beaming the Bay Area. Over. Boy, oh boy, we got a lot of interested people tonight. Well, let's look for you, Fred, KW6, KD6 SOK. KD6 Sugar Oscar Kilo, KD6 SOK. I wonder if you're there, Fred. K6MYC, calling and listening. How about WB6JNN? Jim, are you up there tonight? Maybe I've got this thing in split. Anybody in the Bay Area? Bozo Net 222. QRZ 222, beaming the Bay Area, K6MYC, Central California, calling and standing by. QRZ 222, QRZ 222, Bozo Net, K6MYC, beaming the Bay Area for 222, K6MYC, calling and listening.
K6MYC, KD6 SOK, good evening, Mike. Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, Fred. Good to hear you. I'm a little bit above you. I bumped up a little bit. I can come back just a little bit more towards you here. Might bring us up a little bit, but you're good copy. Good evening. I haven't heard anybody. You're the first one to come out of the woodwork here, Fred. Hopefully you had a good day. KD6 Sugar Oscar Kilo 507. K6MYC.
It was not a fun day. It was okay, and my boss wants to meet with me tomorrow, and he didn't have time for me today, and it's just a lot of work. It's just difficult. It's a difficult job, and it was hot today, hot and muggy, and then it started raining a little bit, and so, but I didn't have a great day. But at least I get to play radio right now, so that's a good thing. Yeah, when you bumped the antenna, you came up, so that's good. Anyway, hopefully it'll cool off a little bit tomorrow, a few more degrees. It was pretty warm today. Back to the mic, 86, that's okay.
Yeah, very good, Fred. Well, I'm surprised that it was warm and muggy in the Bay Area, and it rained. It rained here also. We heard it rained in Cupertino. And about that same time it was raining here. We went down to get the mail somewhere between 1 and 2 o'clock today, and we got in the Polaris ATV side-by-side, which does not have a windshield, by the way. I told Judy, who was driving, I told her to turn on the windshield wipers, but she just laughed at me. Anyway, we don't have windshield wipers on it, no windshield, it's just open. And we have a cover to keep the sun off our brain, but anyway, we went down to get the mail, and we got that, and then we came back up, and we worked in the field a little bit on the hillside, checked our water system out. Everything seemed to be okay, but it rained on us on the way to the mailbox. It rained a little bit, and on the way back it rained. And then later we went in the swimming pool about 4 o'clock, and it rained again in the swimming pool. I was standing there, was scrubbing and cleaning up the surface of little things that had drifted in over the day, leaves and so on, and I heard the phone ring, my cell phone, and it was the air conditioning people, and they said they wanted to come out and install the thermostat, which has now been a month since they got the news that I did not have any air conditioning and the thermostat had failed. Anyway, I don't know what the reason is for them to be reticent about coming out. They wanted to send a guy out to double check the thermostat to make sure that there wasn't something that we were doing wrong, and that had been checked out very thoroughly by a good technician. The thermostat and the controller, if you will, for the temperature on this end of the house was totally blank. The screen wouldn't read, and you couldn't get it to do anything, and it was hooked up twice and double-checked and tried in every which way but Sunday. And I said, no, save your trouble. Why don't you send the man out and put a new one in? He said, well, you don't have it yet, but we'll have it tomorrow. So anyway, it's just been, luckily we didn't need the thing desperately on this end of the house. That was our day, Fred, not much different than yours, except that funny rain, funny weather. And we were in the pool, it was dead calm and overcast, and it was raining, and then all of a sudden the wind came up, and lightning and thunder and all kinds of stuff for about 5 minutes. And then 10 minutes later, the sun was out, and it was warm again, and very strange day. KD6SOK, K6MYC.
Yeah, it was really strange out there, and very humid, too. Really humid out there. How hot was it today up there, down there in Fresno?
Yeah, it was humid here. I worked in the barn a little while trying to take apart a strap, a tethering strap for the truck to tie things down, and it was jammed. And I worked on that thing for half an hour. When I came out of the barn, I was soaking wet over.
Yeah, that's the humidity, all right. That's the humidity. Well, I guess I'm the only one here. Wonder if anybody else is there. But you sound good there, Mike. Always good signals on 222s for the most part.
Well, we'll take a standby and see if anybody else is collected on the frequency here, Fred. Thanks for coming in, and hopefully you have a better day tomorrow. I think the weather should get back to quasi-normal, whatever that is these days. KD6SOK, Cupertino, number 507, K6MYC.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, Jane is on frequency, so I'll just stand by. 73, Mike, KD6SOK.
Roger, Fred, and I hear you, Tom. KW6S, KW6 Sugar 610, K6MYC. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, Mike. Yeah, boy, you must have moved the antenna right on me, because you're just really on it. It was fine before, but boy, you really came up there. Yeah, we got a little bit of rain and kind of surprised everybody, and otherwise about 70 degrees here.
Well, it was about 100 here, just right around 100, plus or minus a degree or so. I don't know if it really made 100. Did you see 100 on this meter today, Judy? 100? No. It wasn't quite there. 99. 98, 99, but we might have missed the peak. Not that it matters. It was warm. But it was overcast, and that kind of took the edge off of it. And then when the rain came, it wasn't a real heavy rain, but it was pretty consistent. I mean, we were getting damp in the truck driving up, or in the ATV, the side-by-side, as we came back from getting the mail. We were getting quite damp. But so there was enough water coming down that it cooled the air a little bit. And then I came up and fiddled around a little bit, and then decided to go in the pool anyway. And it was warm out, muggy. So there you are. It was quite muggy today here. I don't know if you had high humidity over there or not. I would imagine your humidity is always way higher than ours. But your temperatures are down, so it offsets. Yeah, I did move the antenna back. I was at 284. I put it at 278, so it's close, Tom. Good to hear you. And, of course, we'll look for you a little bit later on 6 meters as well. KW6S in Santa Cruz, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, the rain was when I was farming there. That always meant I had to get out and sulfur again right away. So those little summer sprinkles, if they rained for any amount of time at all, I'd have to go sulfur everything again, which was pretty annoying. Yeah, it's been just really pleasant here. I've been working on the bench today outside, and just beautiful day. And I will be there on 6 a little bit later, and I should be there tomorrow night on 1296. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, good. We'll look forward to you on 1296 tomorrow, Tom. Going on the other comments there. 73s for now. We'll see you in just a few minutes here. Probably closer to 8:30, 9 o'clock before we get to you here. Somewhere around in that window. And we'll understand if you can't wait around. Anyway, I'll go back to Bay Area, and I think I heard W6PQL in there as well, so I'll get Jim and a few others perhaps. Here we go. See you in a bit. KW6S, K6MYC, going to the middle of the Bay Area. Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area? How about W6 Papa Queen London? W6PQL 1296. Are you there, Jim?
WB6JNN.
Well, there's Jim. The other Jim, WB6 Japan, November, WB6JNN 285. Number 285. Good evening, Jim. You're sounding real strong on 220. Yeah, a little bit better than 2 meters last night, but you were good last night, but even better tonight, over.
That's good. Well, maybe a little less noise on 220 than there is on 2 meters as well. Although you have your blockage problem in this direction sometimes. But anyway, you're doing okay. Not as strong as you can be on 220, but about an S8 or so. And, yeah. Okay, nothing much new around here aside from that. WB6JNN.
Okay, no flights today?
No, I have some other stuff I need to take care of. We're trying to get somebody in to take one day out of the week with my wife. She's got dementia, and so I need to get out and do things sometimes, and so I'm going to try to take off Mondays. Anyway, aside from that, yeah, everything today was sort of doing this and doing that.
Yeah, I understand. I've got another friend that's about our age up in Redding, and his wife is in that about the second stage. She's sort of in the middle of dementia, and he likes to take her out. She enjoys going out in the car and driving around. That seems to put her mind in a better frame. And I think you're probably in that same condition, Jim. So sorry that you have to deal with that, and she has to deal with it, obviously. Anyway, thanks for checking in here, and maybe we'll catch you even on 6 meters a little bit later. Good strong signal tonight from you. WB6JNN in East San Jose, K6MYC clear, KU and QRZ for other check-ins on the 222 Bozo Net in the Bay Area. Bay Area?
Not hearing anything.
Well, I'm not hearing anybody. WA6AXX, W6PQL to name a few. I don't think KB6BA. I don't think Oliver has 222. I don't think Gary has 220 either, WB6WNI. And I'm not sure who else has 220. I know K6 Kilo Lima Yankee has 222, but he's been very quiet lately. Probably busy with his lady friends. Anyway, another standby, and if nothing heard, we'll go on up and pick up Oakley and perhaps getting something from Clear Lake as well. We'll come back later for late checks and missed here before we finish the 220 net. I know when the sun isn't down yet, the guys have a hard time figuring out that it's actually a net on at this hour. Hi. QRZ Bay Area one more time, K6MYC 222.1 Bozo Net.
226.
226. Good evening, Ken. Thanks for pumping in. And Judy's making a note of your check-in here. WA6OIB 226, Ken. Ticket transmission, and we've only got about 4 or 5 in here so far, so a really light night, Ken. WA6OIB, Northern Clovis, K6MYC.
Okay, very good. K6MYC, WA6OIB 226 checking in. Check in Ralph as well. I just talked to him down on 090, so he had a nice signal tonight, stronger than usual, so conditions are a little better maybe, who knows. But yeah, very, very warm day. I was here all day today working in the yard as much as I could, work a while, then go in the house and cool down and go back out and work a little more. So anyway, got a lot of stuff done. We got the trash pickup tomorrow, and so I wanted to make sure all of the green can was filled up and all that stuff was trimming, so kept busy all day. So anyway, gonna relax now. K6MYC, WE6OIB.
Yeah, very good, Ken. And let me get Judy to log in Ralph. Ralph's call is K6TSK. And his number 3, one of the very early Bozo members.
Ralph is number 3?
Yeah, Ralph is number 3. And thank you for picking Ralph up down there. Very good. Appreciate that, Kim. And anybody else in the Bay Area or anywhere that's hearing us, come now, K6MYC, before I go to Oakley.
W6PQL.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I knew you'd slide in here sooner or later. W6 Papa Queen London, 1296. And good to hear you, Jim. Everybody seems to be a very nice, solid copy here. Not a lot of deep fades or anything here on 222 tonight. I assume it rained at your house like it did everywhere else a little bit, over?
No, I think mostly in the valley, probably. That's where I saw most of the cloud clusterings. We didn't get any over here, but it looked like some areas to the south and east of us were perhaps in the foothills. But it was clear here, just warm and muggy, you know. Is this one of those things that's coming up from the Baja area, over?
Yeah, well, I guess it rained pretty good in Cupertino. We looked at the news or the weather report when we started to get rain, and Judy saw rain in Cupertino. It didn't show rain for us, but we were raining. We were in the rain watching the weather report say no rain. Sunny. And it was raining also in Santa Cruz, so I guess it was all south of you. And I think Jim, J&N, got a little bit, but not, he didn't make a big note of it. It did rain in Cupertino, though, because Fred, KD6SOK, made a point of the rain comment. Anyway, good evening to you, and I think you're probably going to, I'll try to come back in one way or the other on this band or on 6. We'll get a check-in from you from W6QIW, Steve down there, over.
Yeah, I think probably you'll be done with this band by then. I'll just pass it on to you on 6 meters. If I miss you there, I'll catch you tomorrow on 1296.
Jim.
Hi, Ken. You got a good signal over here, too. Mike's got a little bit on you, though, but a few minutes ago you were over him, so it's changing a little bit, but you're both about the same.
Yeah, a little crossfading, but I hadn't said hi in a while, so good to hear you. Great to hear you, and have a great evening, and we'll see you maybe later on 6 there. WA60IB. Thank you, Mike.
7-3, Ken.
Okay, very good. See you in a little bit, Jim. K6MYC, anybody else in the Bay Area or within the sound of my voice that wants to check in on the 222 Bozo Net, over? It's pretty quiet, so I'm going to go to Oakley and see what happens. Here we go. Here we are up toward Oakley, and N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO. Ken, I assume you're there somewhere. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Okay, nothing from Ken, although he may be in here a little later. I know on 6 meters he doesn't get control of the antennas until later in the evening, but we can probably work him on one or the other. Be interesting to see if he did any good on moonbounce. He was going to try 6-meter EME last night, but I didn't hold out much hope because of the sky noise situation at this time of the cycle. Again, QRZ, N6RO or N1PPP, N1 Papa, K6MYC. How about it, Dave? Okay, nothing heard. I'm going to go on up to Sacramento then. So here we go towards Sacramento. And there's South Sacramento. South Sacramento right at KJ6KFB. KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. Darren, if you're there, over. Okay, nothing heard from Darren. KO6KD. How about you, Bill? KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta. KO6KD, Roseville, K6MYC, over.
Over.
Oh, we doubled, I'm sorry. You jumped on the mic too quick. I didn't let go of the mic here. Go ahead again, Bill.
Oh, there you are. Now I hear you just fine. Now you've come up on a very bad path originally, but I hear you now. Just checking in, KO6KD 776, over.
Yeah, big signal, KO6KD 776. Good. And we didn't make it in time this morning. We woke up about 8 o'clock, and I thought, well, by the time I get up and get dressed or take a shower and get dressed, it's going to be too late. So I didn't get on this morning. I'm sorry. Hopefully I don't know whether you had a chance to talk to Phil or not this morning, over.
No, I didn't hear anybody. I was there till about 8:30, almost 8:45. At 8:30, I got up and I went out and closed up the house, and then I came back and listened for a little while, and I never heard anything, so I shut it off and said, well, that's just another one. So anyway, we'll see about tomorrow. We'll see what happens tomorrow, if I'm able to make it or not.
Yeah. Well, I should make it tomorrow. We were very close this morning, but the first time we woke up, it was right at 8 or just a little after 8 o'clock, and I thought, hell, I'll see what happens here, but I had to take a shower. By the time I got that done, it was 8:30 or so, or close to 8:30, and I thought, no, I'm not going to make it. So anyway, I apologize, but you didn't waste any time, and of course you didn't find anybody else to talk to. I'm surprised Phil wasn't there. I think Phil is still a little bit under the weather. I don't think he's quite got his mojo back yet. Bill, over.
I can
can certainly understand that. I can certainly understand that. Those things do take an awful lot out of you. And so, anyway, yeah, I got up. It was about 6:30, and I just listened for, till about, well, like I said, till 8:30, and then I got up and I started closing the house up. So, no worries. That's just the way it goes. If I got something else to do, I'll do it. Anyway, I'm not sure what day Bob's supposed to be back, but anyway, we'll wait until then. But at any rate, I'll try to be for the 220, should be the 6-meter net here in a little bit. I've got some stuff I got to do, so I'll be busy for about a half an hour, and I'll try to make it back for the 6-meter net. Any idea what time you'll be coming back by?
Okay. Very good. We'll see you on 6, one or the other at one end of the rotation or the other, Bill. Have you heard anything from Darren tonight? KJ6 KFB. Darren, are you there? Don't hear Darren.
No, I have not talked to him at all today.
Okay. Well, maybe he'll show up before it's over. I'll come one swing back to the Bay Area, and then we'll wrap it up and go over to 6 here. It's just 5 minutes to 8, so we got quite a bit of time yet. I have not heard Clear Lake, and I haven't heard N6RO and Oakley either. Normally, when Ken is there, he can hear me, even though I'm pointed at you. May not be real loud, but he can usually hear me, but I'm not hearing the Clear Lake fellows either. Judy's in the background here. I've got the speaker on. Everybody's quite reasonable copy tonight, aren't they? Yeah, she's far enough away that the loudness of the speaker isn't bothering her. I'm not sure how loud you need it. That's louder than I need, but I didn't know. Okay, anyway, Bill, let's take a standby and see if there's anybody else within the sound of my voice beaming up towards Sacramento. If not, why, we'll head right on up to Nevada, which may be a little bit too early, but we'll take our chances. Bozo Net 222.1, beaming towards Sacramento, but taking anybody that's copying. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. Bozo, over. Boy, very quiet, very low activity night. I think everybody's either resting up for the weekend or just getting bored with this whole thing. Hi. Hopefully not. We need more people on 222 here, but our ranks are waning, if you will, on 222 because of most guys just passing away and not enough new guys coming on. We need a few new guys, some new blood in here. Hi. Okay, Bill, we'll see you in a few minutes on 6 meters. KO6KD, and I should be in there tomorrow. I'll do my best to get up by 8 or be in the shack by 8 tomorrow morning. K6MYC.
Roger. We'll try to catch you here on 6 meters. Last week we didn't have any luck at all, but we'll give it a try. 7-3 for now, KO6KD.
Well, I think we finally made it. I know I logged you in last week on 6. I know I heard other people hearing you, but I had a very difficult copy with you, so for some reason that was odd, because I had other 6-meter guys around you that were pretty decent, so it was a baffle. Okay, well, we'll find it one way or the other, I guess. QRZ one last time before we go to Nevada, K6MYC Bozo Net. Okay, nothing heard there. Let me go on up here to Nevada, and there's Nevada. There's Nevada, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC with KE7UQL. Anybody?
Here is 272, KE7UQL, over.
Yeah, very good copy, Daniel. Thank you. KE7UQL 272. Good to hear you. As always, boy, you're Mr. Regular up there. If it wasn't for you, the Nevada would fall off the map, I swear to God, Daniel, over.
Oh, Roger, our nickname is the Big Empty, over.
I'm sorry, a little too quick. What was the comment?
Our nickname is the Big Empty, over.
Both Judy and I heard it, but we don't understand the Big MP or whatever.
Empty, I spell Echo, Mike, Papa, Tango, Yankee, over.
Oh, the Big Empty, E-M-P-T-Y, empty, the Big Empty space up there in Nevada?
Roger, roger, lots of space, nothing in it, over.
Okay, very good. Very good. Have you heard Larry on this evening?
Negative.
Okay, well, we'll call him one more time. Hopefully he'll be here. We should work him also in just a few minutes. At about 10 after or quarter after, after 8 o'clock, we'll go to 6 meters here and give him a call. But we'll see. Where are you, Larry? Come on. Your 222 system works pretty good, I know. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7 Whiskey Tango, Gardnerville, K6 MYC, calling and listening. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango. Anybody up there in Nevada besides Daniel? Anybody on 222 up that way, or anybody anywhere hearing us on 222, come on in now. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, calling and listening. Okay. 73s for now, Daniel. I don't think we'll see you on 6 meters, but we'll look for you. We'll look for you tomorrow on 1296. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of propagation on 1296 tomorrow. We probably won't stay in the barn too long, though, because the temperatures here are still running in the low 100s. So it's probably going to be very warm in the barn tomorrow night. I'm in the house at the moment, and we're quite comfortable here with the swamp cooler keeping us in the low, high 70s. So I think we're quite comfortable. All right, Daniel, 7-3, and we'll see you tomorrow. One more call for Larry. N7 Whiskey Tango, 222 Larry, N7 Whiskey Tango, calling, I should say, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, calling and listening. Boy, Larry must be playing 6 meters. I hope he's doing something. All right, 7-3, Daniel, I'm going to go back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed, and then we'll come back up pointing your way. And hopefully we'll catch Richard and Larry at that time.
Where in Nevada?
He's in no. What's the name of your closest town there, Daniel? What's the name of your closest town, over?
I am between Carson City and Dayton, over.
Yeah, we'll just go with Carson City. Thank you, Daniel.
Roger, roger, and we will look for you about 8:05 tomorrow on 1296. Roger, roger.
Yeah, roger, roger. We'll do our best, but don't be surprised if it's 8:10 before I get there. I don't know why, but lately I've been banging around the 8:10, 8:11 time. I'd like to be 8:05 so we can catch that unknown peak, but we'll see what happens. We'll do our best to get there at 8:05. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Daniel. Very nice copy on the last couple of transmissions here from Carson City area. KE7UQL, K6MYC, going back through Sacramento and then to the Bay Area for late checks and missed.
Roger, roger. Thank you, Mike. K6MYC, KE7UQL, 7-3.
7-3.
7-3, Daniel, WA6OIB. Thank you, Ken, WA6OIB, KE7UQL. Good night. Good night.
7-11. Well, there you are. Hi, John.
Greetings. Yeah, just finished dinner, got back from field day.
Okay. I didn't get on at all. I got such a tangled up weekend here. We were tangled up with wells and overflows and other little issues, and I just, every time I would start to think about it, and then, of course, it was super hot. I I just didn't get on at all. I just didn't get going on field day at all. I'm sorry. K6 Mexico, Italy. K6MI 711-711. John, K6MYC. Go ahead, John.
November.
Thanks, and good evening to everybody else on frequency. Well, it was warm, and most of my crew...
Stand by, Larry.
I persevered on and got it going. KT36XA up at 40 feet, 5,000 feet looking over a cliff, and about 300 Qs on CW 5 watts out. K6MI.
Outstanding. I think you would have to class that as a success, wouldn't you?
Hey, John.
Yeah?
Yeah, WA60IB. Talked to Brian Moore today. We visited, he was on a short layover in L.A., getting ready to fly the 737 up to Seattle. Anyway, he said to say hi, KM6ZX, he said to say hello.
Oh, man, what a great guy. Yeah, I like Brian, and I hope he's doing well down there.
He's doing very well. We got caught up and found out about all his kids and everything. You know, he's got that whole bunch of kids. They're all doing very well, honor students and getting awards and whatnot. So he's having a good time, and they're doing well down there. But he did say mention to you to say hello, and he's going to be coming up this way. He's got that particular route for a while. Then he flies for Alaska. And they do go through Fresno, and he says when he gets to Fresno, he hopes he can get to Fresno on a layover and get together with both of us there. So he'll let us know when the time comes.
Oh, I'll be waiting for that. Very good. And thank you very much. Good evening to the net. K6MI.
Thank you, Mike. WA60IB.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, very good, John, and I'm glad you had it sounds like you had a wonderful success with 5 watts on a KT34XA on field day, 300 Qs. I think that's pretty outstanding, over.
KT36XA, serial number 1, as I recall.
What was your number?
It was KT36XA. It was the first one off of your line, and in fact, on that field day, you had to radio up the final dimensions up to the hill.
Okay, well, obviously it's working for you, so that's good. I think you have to consider it a success, don't you?
Oh yeah. It's not bad, but I did it pretty much all myself. I had a support crew there just to talk, but I did all the operating. I did all the setup.
Yeah. Okay. Are you training people to help you more later?
Oh, we're working on it. Yeah, it was just a combination of people being sick and this, that, and the other.
I know it is. Okay. Very good. Well, I'm glad you had a good time in your back. Sounding very strong and nice this evening. Now, we had another breaker. Wasn't sure who that was. Who was the other breaker that came in very nice and strong? K6MYC Bozo Net 222.
November 7, Whiskey Tango 657.
Very good, Larry. We were calling you for quite a while, but I know we were a little bit early. Very nice signal from you, Larry. N67 Whiskey Tango 657 K6MYC, and we'll see you at about 8:15 in just a few more minutes on 6. The antenna's already pointed up your way, over.
Roger. We'll see you then on 6 meters. I'll let you get back there. Sorry I was a little late tonight, but I usually pick you up around 10 or 15 after, so for me, you're early tonight. Heard you talking to Daniel. So anyway, let's say 733 on 6 and 7WT.
Okay, and Daniel made a special request for us to be there at 8:05 tomorrow on 1296, okay?
Roger, 8:05, 1296 and 7WT.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello, Ken, and 7WT.
Good to hear you. WA60IB. Have a good evening.
You too, and 7WT.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go back to the Bay Area quickly for late checks and missed, stopping in Sacramento for anybody that might be back. Here we go. 7-3, we'll see you in a few minutes on 6.
I'm heading for 6 now, WA6OIB.
Go ahead and keep them entertained, Ken. Okay. We are back towards Sacramento and looking for Daniel. Darren. KJ6KFB. Darren, are you around this evening on 222 K6MYC? Over. Oh. Okay, I hear you, but very light. Let me see if I can get a little more signal on you here. Give me some more chatter. I only heard one word. Maybe you had a failure there. Give me some more verbiage, Darren. KJ6KFB 756 K6MYC. It just doesn't want to come up. It's readable for contact purposes only, but I got you, Darren, and you are logged in. Thank you very, very much for bringing it up on 222. We needed you. We're very light in participation this evening on 222. Very light, but pretty good signal from you. It's pretty good considering your power. Back to you, Daniel, and maybe we'll see you on 6 meters in a few minutes here. KJ6KFB 756 K6MYC. Go ahead.
Yeah, the band just kind of fell out from underneath me, but carry on. Who knows? We might find out. Catch you after a while, Mike. KJ6KFB.
Roger. Ken, how are you doing with him? Oh, Ken's over on 6 meters already. All right, 7373 Daniel, we'll see you on 6. K6MYC going back to Oakley. N6 Radio Oscar, I should say. N6RO, we need you in here, Ken. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, Oakley, K6MYC, calling and listening, 222. Unusual not to have Ken in here. Maybe there's been a failure in his shack there. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC, last call. Okay, back into the Bay Area. Bay Area, 222 Bozo Net. Late checks and missed. K6MYC before we go to 6 meters. Over.
Yeah, hello, Mike. You can put W6QIW in there. He was pretty good. He was a good 18 dB out of the noise tonight. It's W6PQL.
Okay, fine. W6 Queen Italy Whiskey. W6QIW. And his number is 5252. And his name is Steve. And he's in Santa Barbara. Thank you for that, Jim. Good that you had good signals from him. And I guess you probably didn't have enough conversation to find out, but hopefully he had a good vacation. Over.
I think so. We didn't. He had a lot of noise down there. I can narrow my CW bandwidth up to 100 hertz and get rid of most of it on my end. It makes, I can't copy him on sideband with as much noise as I've got over here tonight. He was having the same problem down there, so we didn't have much of a chance to converse, just traded some reports on CW and 73s, that's it.
Okay, very good. Well, maybe you'll find out more from him as time goes on. I forgot where he went, but I think he was inside the country somewhere, wasn't he?
I think so. He generally takes motorcycle vacation. He and his wife likes to do that. And, they're gone for a week or two sometimes, but usually inside the country. But in past years, he's gone to Europe, and they traveled through Europe that way.
Yeah, okay. Very good. We're just about ready to go to 6. Let me take one more standby here. Okay, QRZ 222 Bozo Net. Anybody else before we go to 6 meters? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie 222 Bozo, Bay Area. nothing heard. I'll leave the radio on monitor here. If anybody does check in, we'll try to catch them. K6MYC monitoring, but now going over to 50.140.
That's out into a big beam.
Oh, that sounds good. Sounds like a good one there. I'm going to keep clear the second so I can go with you down there if that's still a trip that you're planning over.
Okay. Sound.
And they found one artery was blocked 100%. They put a stent in, and I never would have known anybody was doing anything. He had sort of a barrier between where he was and my eyes. It was not clear, blurred. I could tell somebody was there. I couldn't see what he was doing, but if he hadn't told me he'd put a stent in and I had 100% blockage in one artery, I never would have known it because I've never felt anything. I went the whole day. I thought later on stuff would wear off and I'd feel it, but I haven't felt a thing abnormal. It's just like nothing ever happened.
Well, that sounds good. That's the best turnout you can get. And they caught something that could have been kind of bad down the road if they hadn't found it. Sounds good, Ben. I hear our fearless leader whistling up. Over.
Yeah, good evening, guys. Good evening, Ben. I didn't catch the first part of it. Did you have some kind of a little heart attack or a stroke or something?
No, I had an angiogram done. I had a chemical stress test for my heart, and it showed up something abnormal done, so then they did the angiogram today, and the angiogram showed one artery was blocked 100%, and they put a stent in it.
Oh, good. And you're home already. Boy, they've really got this heart repair stuff under control, don't they?
They do, because you couldn't tell from me that anything was done because I have no pain, no nothing. I had no sense of them putting a stent in or anything else.
Yeah, they went into an artery under your armpit or something?
Yeah, just at my wrist there. They had that, and if it didn't work, they had the groin, either side, either leg, go through the groin, which would take a lot longer and a more recovery time.
Yeah.
That's something new to me. On the wrist where they went in, they put a plastic thing around my wrist that could hold air, and they used air pressure to hold the closure on the spot where the catheter had gone in to try to seal it. And then they had another thing that was like to stick a needle in or whatever, one of those bits, but they could put it on there and pump and pull a little bit of the air out at a time over about 4 hours. And so that was brand new to me, but a new way of sealing a puncture there.
Yeah, very good. What hospital did the work for you?
Oh, this was Clovis Community Hospital.
Okay.
Kaiser has a contract with them to do this type of stuff. It's not done at Kaiser.
Yeah, very good. That sounds like that's where the skill level is the best, so I'm glad you got over there and had it done over there, and wonderful that it came out real smooth. Very good. Good evening to you, by the way. Good evening to you, Rob. I've got you logged in here. Let's just get 6 meters up on top. Hang on just a second, guys. Judy's got a question for me. Stand by.
No radio.
That sounds like Frank, W6BBS, KM6SR. Mike's talking to Judy right now, over.
Who's it?
I heard somebody give a hey, and I thought it sounded like Frank, over.
Was that you up there, Larry, N7 Whiskey Tango?
Oh, I'm standing by here, K6MYC, N7WT, with KD6BQ on the side. Just loud and clear here in Gardnerville, Nevada, over.
Okay, we're just getting going here. All right, you ready for another one?
I've got 5 check-ins, Mike, for you, over.
Okay, hang on a second, Rob. What did you...
You want 2 more? K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Roger, Aaron, got him.
Hi guys, WA6LOL, Sonora.
Got you too, Dave, there, WA6LOL.
Hey Rob, how are you? Hello, Aaron.
Hi Dave, if you can hear me.
And BB6GGY and Twain Hart.
Hell, Phil, Aaron, yes, I hear you very well.
Yeah, you're doing a fantastic job as usual.
I got you there, Phil, WB6GGY.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for the check-in.
Hang on, Mike might want to talk to you guys.
Oh, we'll be on the side.
I got the peanut whistle fired up here. Must be pretty loud down there to Grove one, because I go right over their heads to get to Mike down there.
I hear you, Dave. Stand by. Okay. Okay. The next one is N7 Whiskey Tango. N7WT 657. And that's Larry, of course, and then we shoot it over from you, Larry. I'm going to shoot it to you, and then we could get it over to Richard, KD6BQ. N7WT, go ahead, Larry.
Okay, right now you're 5 at 5. Good solid copy here in the Gardnerville, and I'll kick it over to Richard. Go ahead and pick it up, Richard, N7WT.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the net, KD6BQ, number 249 there. You copy?
Copy just fine. No problem at all, Richard. Good signal from both of you guys. I think the band overall on both bands tonight sounds very, very strong here. Good to hear you. Good to hear you. And it was good to get you the other night. I think last week on 432. You weren't very strong, but you were in there, so who could complain? Anyway, good to hear you. Take it and then shoot it back to Larry, and then we'll get on the rest of the loop here. We got quite a few guys standing by. Already standing by and checking in down here. Good evening, Richard, and we'll look for you on Wednesday, of course. Larry, we're going to try and catch at 8:05 tomorrow on 1296. KD6BQ, Washoe Valley, Nevada, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, yep, we'll look for you on Wednesday on 2 meters, and say good evening there to Judy, and you guys have a good evening. Yeah, we could hear all that. As soon as you come on, the whole world erupts down there. So we appreciate you coming up and checking us in. So I'll say 73 to you, throw it back over to Larry, and we'll say good evening there. N7WT to take it, KD6BQ in Washoe Valley, Nevada.
Yeah, Roger, Richard, thank you. And I got nothing more here either. I'll see you tomorrow night at 8:05, hopefully. We'll hear you on 1296, Mike. So I'll say 7-3 and go ahead and get the rest of them. And 7WT clear.
Okay, fine, Larry. Okay, thank you. 73's Richard, 73's Larry. And Ken, are you still here, or do you want to, have you gone? I think Ken's in and out already. Got awful close to 8:30 here. All right. Let's see. I've got, now let me pick up Dave, WA6 Lima, Oscar Lima. I think you're not necessarily next, but I'll get you in here, Dave. WA6LOL. And that's 856. Over, take a transmission, Dave, and then we'll pick up the others. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I hear some CW in there. Mike, I was wondering if you take a piece of coax with a 0.84 velocity factor, then you take a piece of coax with 0.66, like the old RG8 or whatever that was, and you barrel them together. What happens there? I'm sure you don't get a fat spot in the coax where everything slows down. So what? So the total length would have a velocity factor of the lowest one?
No. The velocity factor doesn't matter when you do that because you've got both of them already factored in. Unless you haven't factored them in, you've got the velocity factor, but if you don't know the length, it's meaningless. Over.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, I was thinking about that, trying to wrap my head around that. Well, actually, I just thought about the fat spot in the coax first, but I thought that would probably be more important for me to actually figure it out. But so I'm not sure what the velocity. My understanding of the velocity factor is just that the signal doesn't travel through a piece of coax the same as in free space at 186,000 miles a second. It goes 0.84 of that or 0.66 of that. So it goes slower through a length of coax where it's barreled in the center. So I guess it sure as hell couldn't go faster than the slowest one, I guess, if they were equal lengths of coax, 50 of one, 50 of the other.
Yes, you would be out of phase if they were equal lengths. You'd be out of phase. Over. From the center point, I'm assuming you're running it to a T. I'm not sure what you're doing, so it's hard to answer your question because your audio is breaking up pretty badly, but I got most of it. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, Dave.
Oh, let me back off my drive here. I'm having problems with this amp here. There, that ought to be, well, it was more or less theoretical. I was just thinking it was just a barrel connector, not a T connector. And I was thinking if you take two pieces of the same coax and you put a barrel connector, you can double the, put two of them together, and it's just going to act like it's just a longer piece of coax, no problem. And if you wanted to figure out the velocity factor of the whole thing for something, you'd use the velocity factor of the entire length of, coax, whatever it is, RG8 or LMR 600 or 400. But what if you barreled two different types of coax together that had two different velocity factors, and you needed to know the velocity factor of something that you were doing? You'd have to figure the velocity factor as being the slowest piece of coax. That was my thought.
Again, you've got two different pieces of coax, and it's going to have one piece of it in order to know what the phase length of it is. Let's say one piece is 60 inches long, and both of them are 60 inches long, but one of them is going to appear longer. Let's say the 60-inch piece of LMR 400 with a velocity factor of 0.84 or 0.85 is a half wavelength of 60 inches. You're going through 60 inches of a velocity factor of 0.66, so you're going to be effectively longer than a half wave by that amount of percentage. But again, you can't average the velocity factor unless you don't care what the velocity factor is, and you're just going to measure the coax and see what comes out the other end. But you have to have some sophisticated equipment to do that. So again, I'm going to ask you, if you're not trying to do anything and you're just speaking theoretically, forget the question. Over.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So the other one is going to appear to be longer, right? Because of the velocity factor of the one that is. Okay, well, anyway, I'll think about what you said. Thank you, Mike. Anyway, I'll check in here. I am checking in, and I'm having a lot of trouble with this amp. It's a tube-type amp. And
hey, Mike, you want to hear the other check-ins? Over.
Yeah, just hang on a second.
I think it's well, I don't want to take up all the net time here, but I think it must be like a parasitic takes off, because when I first fired up, before I drive it, I turn the plate voltage on. There's no real plate current or anything, and everything's fine. And the minute that I drive it, when I let up on the key and no longer drive it, it still has all sorts of plate current being drawn. Like 400 mils of plate current when I'm not transmitting anymore. So anyway, I guess I got to get in and figure out what that is. It acts like a parasitic.
Could be a parasitic, could be feedback. Parasitic, or it could be feedback, or it could be a bias network that's not working properly. It could be any one of about 3 or 4 things that I can think of on a shortfall, Dave. But it shouldn't do that. Obviously, it should fall back, for an instant, it should fall back to idle current of probably around 100 mils. That would be a normal tube amp. Idle current should be about 80 to 100 mils. Over.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, so that's what's going on with it. And so I guess I can't really clairvoyantly fix it. I guess I have to take the lid off of it to see what's going on in there. So anyway, but it runs okay if I just drive it real low and don't put much drive to it. I'm running about 300-400 watts out right now on peaks. So it's happy then. But okay, Mike. Anyway, thank you, sir. K6MYC and the gang, WA6LOL. I'll listen through to the net here.
Okay, you haven't addressed the main problem, Dave. Your audio is terrible. Okay, it's breaking up. Are you on this bad amplifier? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm on the amp right now. I thought it would fix it if I turn the gain way down. Just a minute here. There, okay, I cut the amp out. Now I'm just running about, let me turn it up here. Now I'm running about 100 watts here without the amp. That probably fixed it, huh?
No, still sounds wrong. Something wrong there. Something wrong, so maybe you can take somebody off frequency that can copy you better and see if they can sort it out, because your audio doesn't sound any better at 100 watts than it did with the amp on. So there's something else going on there. Either that or you're just not driving it hard enough to get any consistency in your audio output. Over.
I'll be darned. Okay. All right. Well, I'll look into it. Go in and see if I've messed around with some of the automatic, maybe the compression or what I'm driving it at. So I'll look in there and see if I inadvertently flipped something I shouldn't have flipped.
Okay. Yeah, it's very gravelly, not smooth. It isn't your audio at all, Dave. Normally you have superb audio, so it's just not you at all. So there's something not right. All right, good luck with it. And if somebody on frequency would like to take Dave off frequency and help him check in here first and then go on up. Is there anybody that can help Dave there that's copying him better than I am? K6MY.
I'm hearing him better, Mike, but I'm not good at analyzing it there. He's fading in and out, and I hear some pops in his voice. That's about all I could add. Over.
There you go. Pops in your voice. That's what we're hearing. That is a distortion pop, Dave. So there you go. I wish that somebody else could come in here. I don't know where GGY is. He should be able to help you. Phil, are you here, WB6GGY?
Yeah, he's one of the ones checked in, if I could give him to you.
Break up at all. That's the reason why I didn't volunteer. I'm not getting any of that distortion that you're hearing there, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, both of us are hearing it. I'm pretty sure it's real. I don't have any blankers on or anything here, and Rob's hearing the same thing. So if that's not going to help any. Okay, well, maybe you can work it out on your own, Dave. Maybe you can listen to your own audio on monitor and fix it there. All right, let me move on with the net. Rob's got lots of other check-ins for us here that we haven't even gotten to yet. One of them I know is, you want me to check in Aaron and his wife first, Rob?
Yeah, they're two of the ones that checked in, and Ken also checked in very first, over. You want numbers or call signs?
I don't need either. I'm just trying to coordinate with Judy here. WA6OIB 226. That's Ken, of course. And then we have K6USY. 1079-1079. That's Aaron. And Aaron's wife, K6ZKA. Number 1100. Of course, that's Brittany. And go from there, Rob.
Okay, you got Ken 226. He checked in. Then next we had Richard, what you got? We got Ben, what you got? And then we had Mike 727 checked in there, and then Larry, over.
Okay, the only one I'm missing then. What's the matter?
What was that?
What was what?
That you just said.
Oh, I'll get him. I got it sorted out for you.
Ben, Rob, Larry, and
Yeah,
Richard.
he was just going over the numbers.
Oh, okay.
There's one more. There's one more we didn't get, and that's WA6AAJ. Alpha Juliet. And that's the Boeing aircraft 727.
Still flying.
What's that?
I'm still flying.
Oh, still flying, yeah, well, not so good in the 737 though, huh?
Yeah.
Somebody, one of them had a windshield crack or something, some kind of windscreen that broke the other day. I don't know what that was. 3 hours into the flight, and they had to turn around and come back. Okay, so that's Mike, of course, WA6AAJ727 Mike. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mike and Judy. Yeah, with Boeing, it's hard to keep track of the numbers now. They seem to, every once in a while, all of them get something going.
Well, they're still stuck on the woke and the DEI crap, and they can't get stuff out the door that works, but they sure got the right people employed.
Yeah, I saw the new hire today.
The new what?
Biden's got a new hire in charge of third in line for the administration communicator.
Is this somebody that works for Boeing, a new what?
No, I changed subjects on you. He's a communications guy for Biden, and he's third in line.
Oh, okay. He started something?
Yeah, he's just another woke guy, and if you look at his picture, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Is he wearing a dress?
No, but he's got a lot of anti-police and stuff on his past postings and a bunch of other crap. I don't know. Same old junk.
Yeah, and what's his new job with Biden?
He's one of the communicators, like below Jean-Pierre or whatever her name is.
Oh, okay. His new spokesperson. Okay, very good. Well, we'll have to keep an eye out. Not that I'm dying to see him. Thanks for that, Mike.
Sure.
Okay, anybody else while we're still here? I'm pointed north, so I might be picking up anybody. Anybody that's hearing me for the 6-meter Bozo Net, give me your call now. K6MYC. Over. Okay, not hearing anybody. Maybe I should move over towards Sacramento.
Hey, Mike, I have more.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead, Rob, one at a time for Judy, because she has to write them down. Go ahead.
Okay. After Mike was Larry, which you've already got. And then after that was number 711, which is John, K6MI. And then we had Aaron and his wife, which you've already got. And then Dave, which you got. And then after that, we had Phil, which is 884 WB6GGY.
Yeah, hang on. Got to go back. I think we got caught up here. I think we got everybody, half of them we had already, so every other one we didn't have that you were giving us. So it was a little confusing. That's why we had to sort it out, Rob.
Okay, I just give them to you as they came in. Then I thought I heard somebody say 805, but I looked them up and it's somebody in Pollock Pines, N6DKY. I don't know if that's true or not.
No, 8:05 was the time that I told Larry I would see him on 1296 tomorrow. I said, I'll look for you at 8:05 tomorrow night. Over.
Yeah, I heard that. Maybe he repeated it back, and that's what I heard. Over.
Yeah, that's what you heard. It was not a check-in.
Okay, roger on that. I'll let you get going. Ken interrupted me feeding the cats and getting my dinner, so I'm going to go back and take care of that. KM6SR, standing by.
Alrighty. Very good. I'm missing KC5DTU. Kerry, are you in here tonight? Boy, Kerry's been very quiet lately. Hope he's okay. I may have to give him a call tonight. All right, let's see. I'm still aimed at the Las Vegas, not Las Vegas, but Nevada area. I'm still aimed toward Nevada. Well, I take it back. I did move it over toward Sacramento here. Let's see. Where am I here? I'm moving it now toward Sacramento and coming down toward KR6MR. How about you, John? KR6MR, K6MYC. Nothing from John. KO6KD, Bill?
Yeah, Mike, can you hear me? It sounds like you went on frequency KO6KD. KO6KD, number 776. Anybody hear me? Hello?
Boy, oh boy, you're weak. Okay, we got you. KO6KD. KO6KD. Your just audio is weak. Bill, you whistled up good, and you came up on the S meter like crazy, but when you talk, there's nothing there.
Right. Yep, that's what a $3,500 radio will get you.
Okay, Bill, you're a little bit weak. KM6SRR.
Yeah, what was that, Rob?
I'm hearing you okay. It's just very, very light. Good copy, though. Over.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell the problem is with this damn radio. It's brand new and it's not working right, so I'm very, very pleased with it. I'm just so darn happy that I bought it. All right, but anyway, nice to hear you, Rob. KD on 80 watts.
Roger, Bill. I'll turn it back to Mike.
And I'm running a lot of compression, 20 dBs of compression.
It just doesn't sound like the audio's up. When you whistle, it goes up on the meter, but you don't make any meter movement when you talk, Bill, so you don't have any audio. Over. audio and the compression up, and then we could probably hear you.
I'm running 75 on the audio and 5% on the compression. I'm showing 15 dBs of compression on the compressor. So there's nothing I can do with it, Mike. It's just junk.
Give me a couple of whistles, okay?
KO6KD.
Yeah, well, the whistles are clear, but the audio just isn't there. I heard KO6KD. Okay, we won't belabor it. For some reason lately, and I don't think it's the radio. I think something else is wrong in your 6-meter system. That 3 dB should not make the type of difference that we are hearing. You used to be a lot stronger on 6 than you are lately. So we'll see. Let me see if, did you hear John at all? I did not hear John. Is he in here this evening? Over?
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, John.
Yeah, good evening, Mike and Bill. KR6MR Bozo 759. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, John. KR6MR 759. Good signal. You're way stronger than Bill, which is not normal. That's why I think there's something wrong with Bill's station, and it's not the amplifier or the radio. He just doesn't have any RF going. Maybe the antenna failed at the same time that he changed radios or something there. Because 3 dB would not be the difference, I can tell you. Anyway, good evening to you, and of course we'll be looking for you tomorrow night on 1296, John. KR6MR 759, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, okay, Mike, I'll do the best I can. I'm still not sure what the power out is on the radio. I'm not happy with this RF sensor. I've got to try it on a different radio to see how it reacts to that radio before I go any further. I just haven't had the time.
Well, do you have something else on 1296?
Only FM.
Well, that would at least tell you that the meter's working right. If it's going to read the same on FM, you can go to FM. What happens when you go to FM on the 697, over?
Okay, on the 9700, whether it's FM, RIDI, or Westline, I get about the same power out, but it varies on my dummy loads. I've got a Bird dummy load. It's a Model 80. It's good to 4 gigahertz, but it shows about a 1.5 to 1 VISWAR with this sensor, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, if you got a 4 gigahertz dummy load with a 1.5 to 1 mismatch, you better set that load aside and try something else. Over. That's not working.
Yeah, I've got a couple of other loads that came out of UHF equipment, and they're all about the same, about a 1.4 to 1 VSWR.
Well, it's the possibility that the radio is putting out garbage. Or if you're reading that VSWR on this new meter, maybe the meter's flawed, over?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That is a possibility. That's why I need to try a different transmitter and see what kind of readings I have. And if I have equal weird readings, I'll go back to the wave node people.
Just try the other radio that does FM. You're going to get, at that same frequency, you're going to get the same error. So it's going to confirm that it's not the radio or it is the radio. And the FM radio probably is meant to put out 10 watts also. So you'll get a chance to see if it only puts out 6 watts, and I would be very suspect of the test equipment, the SWR meter, over.
Roger, that's the same conclusion I have. Just that I don't have the time right now. I am cleaning the house from top to bottom. My kids are coming up this weekend, and the last time they were up here, they made some very disparaging comments about how dirty the house was.
Oh, who was coming up this weekend?
My daughters.
Oh, well, you better clean up your house, buddy. You don't want to hear disparaging remarks from somebody that grew up with you.
Yeah, they're complaining I got their feet dirty walking on the floor.
Yeah, somebody that you and your wife picked up after for 12 or 15 years before she got her act together, no doubt. Hi. I'm kidding. I'm being funny here. All right. Listen, we'll look for you tomorrow night. Do your best with the 6 watts. 6 watts or 8 watts or 10 watts. It's not going to make a world of difference whether we make it or not. You need 60 or 600, and then we would be able to get going here. Hi. Thanks, John. And let me just see if there's anybody else in your area that's copying. I'm also calling for Redding. Redding, if you're copying me, give me some CW. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, Rich, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, Redding, give me CW, over.
Recheck.
Yeah, I hear CW in there. Did you hear the CW, Bill?
No, I pointed the wrong way.
Okay, what did you want? Yeah, your audio's way up now.
Okay, I turned the microphone, the gain on the microphone way down to keep down the background audio from my amplifier on 40 meters. And so what I did is I just out of desperation, I went ahead and cranked it up. And so hopefully now you're hearing me.
Yes, I am. And it sounds like 100% better. Looks like you added about 6 to 10 dB over.
No, well, it was just on the threshold to try to keep the fan noise down because people are griping about my fan noise, on 40. So I'm just trying to work with it. But anyway, okay, this is the way it is now. So hopefully this will be all right. My apologies, one and all. Go ahead and get to the CW KO6KD.
Alrighty. Well, I can't work him, but I'll confirm it right in KD6 Sugar Whiskey here. I'm talking to Judy here. Thank you, Bill. I think you found...
What's his number?
145, and that's Rich in Redding. We have you, Rich. We hear your CW. I got so much noise that I can't copy, but we hear you in there, so we have you checked in, Rich. We have you checked in. Thank you very, very much for being up there on 6 meters. Everything seems to be working. Everything seems to be working quite well for you on 6 meters, Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Give me Rogers. I didn't hear anything. Okay, well, we'll tell him on Wednesday that we got him checked in here if he didn't hear me. All right, anybody else in Sacramento before I get into the Bay Area? K6MYC Bozo Net.
N6RZJ, Bozo 939.
WA6HNA, gotta go help LOL.
Oh, okay. WA6, I hear you, oh, for heaven's sakes, I got both of you and I forgot one of the calls. I'll be at WA6 Hotel November Alpha. WA6HNA. And you've got that 1013, isn't that it, Greg, 1013?
Mike, you are amazing. K6MYC, WA6HNA, 1013. That always blows me away how you remember that. But, yeah, I did hear Mike's audio, or not Mike's, but Dave's audio, and he caught me over in 2 meters. We're going to run down to 130 and give it a little bit of work out down there and see what we can find.
It's not terrible, but when he's close to the noise, I didn't have the blanker on, and everybody else sounds nice and clean, and he normally sounds clean to me, so I was disparaging him because he normally has good audio. I hear other people whose audio never gets any better than what we were hearing, but I wouldn't mention it to them because they can't do anything about it. I think Dave can probably fix his there. It's something that's gone wrong on his end. Good luck with that. Thank you, Greg. Great to hear you in here from Groveland.
Got some rain rain there, huh?
Yeah, you got some rain today, didn't you?
We did. As a matter of fact, I was up at the airport across the runway from Dick's old hangar in my hangar, and I was working on the Cessna 182, and it started pouring big drops. So, yeah, it didn't really last too long. But I'll tell you what we got, though, was one heck of a lightning show. There was a lot of lightning nearby and a lot of hits. I even turned on the storm scope in the airplane. It was just lighting it up. So, pretty cool. Anyway, thanks for checking me in, and I will get over there at 1:30 and work with Dave a little bit, see if we can't improve it. I heard the same thing you did, Mike, so we should be able to chase it out.
Yeah, okay, very good, Greg. Thank you so much for your help with Dave there. I'm sure it's something stupid or simple, hopefully. Anyway, take care. Thanks much, and okay on your raindrops up there. Yeah, we had about the same thing here. It rained twice on us. We rained about 1:30 when we were heading for the mailbox, and the wind shielded us side by side, and we got a little wet. And then we came up and we fiddled around for a little bit, did some few things, and then we went in the pool later about 4 o'clock, and it rained on us again. So we had intermittent rain, none of which would have amounted to a hail of beans in terms of rain gauge, but at least it did rain. We waited all winter for rain like that. We didn't get it. All right, see you later. WA6HNA, good luck with Dave. K6MYC. Anybody else?
Stars at J, Bozo Net.
6RO. Okay, I hear RO. Hang on a second, Ken. N6RZJ. Sorry about the other night, Dan. We just couldn't hear you. November 6 Radio, Zanzibar, Japan. And that's 939. Good to hear you, Dan. And, well, I don't know what the hell happened. Maybe tomorrow night on 1296 we'll get you back. But, boy, you were really weak the last couple of times on the other bands there. N6RZJ for a transmission, and we'll get down to Oakley, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Yeah, it was the same here. It was very, very, very weak. I could not copy you. I could seem to hear everyone else, but I just couldn't copy you much at all. I heard you. K6ILX is just fine. Of course, he's much closer. Anyway, I won't hold it tonight. I don't have a lot to say. But I'll try to be on tomorrow. K6MYC with Judy and 6RZJ.
Yeah, very good. Judy says hi, and we'll look for you tomorrow, and we hope that ILX, I don't think ILX has got his 1296 system running yet. He can get on, but it's probably too much of a hassle for him until he really gets the station back together there. He's got it, but I don't think he wants to fuss with it until he can really do it right. And we'll certainly look for you tomorrow night. Maybe you can give us a hand with John, KR6MR. He's having trouble. You might get on tomorrow night and chat with John, because he's having trouble measuring the output of his 697. He bought a new piece of equipment that says he's only getting about 6 or 7 watts out of the 697. But the dummy load as he's using says it's a 1.5 to 1 mismatch. It's a 4 gigahertz dummy load. It should be flat as a pancake. So there's something wrong there, but maybe you have a piece of equipment that he could borrow to confirm that he does have the power he should have, or he does not, so he can call IMAC and I'm sorry, not IMAC, call ICOM and sort it out. Thanks, Dan. N6RZJ, K6MYC.
Okay, by the way, Mike, I talked to John last night on 2 meters, and we talked quite a bit about it. I get about 10.5 watts out of my 9700. Anyway, go on with the net, N6RZJ.
Yeah, well, maybe you can loan him that piece of equipment. I don't know how far you guys are apart. It may be really ridiculous to do that. I'm just suggesting it if it's possible. That would clean up his thoughts on the problem. He thinks the problem is with the ICOM, and it may well be, but it sounds to me like more of a measurement error. You can sure have some measurement problems on 1296. You know it, and we all know it. 73 Dan, K6MYC, Bozo Net, 6 meters. Anybody else?
75. I just want to reconfirm. You're hearing me okay now, Mike?
Okay, I'm going to go get KJ6RO. I heard something from you, Bill, but I couldn't copy it. Say it again slowly.
That was Darren, Mike, KJ6KFB.
Okay, Darren, go ahead. KJ6KFB, number 756. Go ahead, Darren, K6MYC. You checked in, Darren, but I cannot copy. I've got, as I move in your direction, I get more and more noise from my solar panel guy. The solar and inverter noise and stuff, or whatever I'm hearing, is pretty bad pointed at you. Well, we've got you checked in, Darren, and thanks for coming up on the frequency. I assume you're running 50 to 100 watts. I would expected a bigger signal with 100 watts, but it's just not very strong tonight, Daniel. Over.
I can relay for you, Mike, KM6SRR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, Darren, this KM6SR to relay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear Mike. He's anywhere from a 0 to an S7 as the beat. As long as we're in the hook, we're all good. Alpha 216 for the relay.
Okay, Darren. Yeah, Mike, he says you're fading from 0 to S7, and he says as long as he's in the book, he's good there. Over.
Okay, thank you, Darren. I'm sorry that we're not doing better with you, but at least you got Rob doing better. I think Rob doesn't have the noise that I have here. This must be taking 15 to 20 dB of signal-to-noise ratio away from me, Darren. Normally, I would out-hear Rob 6 ways to Sunday on your kind of signal. But I think the noise is just killing me here. 7-3, Darren, thank you. K6MYC now down to Oakley. N6RO, go ahead, Ken.
Okay, Mike, and howdy, Judy. N6RO. Pretty hot day today, a very strange pattern. It was 94 for about 5 hours up until 6 o'clock, and then it shot up to 100. It's still above 80. So it was unusual, and we didn't get any rain here, but there was some radar echoes about 20 miles southeast of here. Hey, I got a question. I'm going to try to get an echo off the moon tonight on this band. Is there a frequency that moon bouncers hang out?
I missed the question about the moon bounce. Go ahead.
Yeah, is there a frequency that moon bouncers hang around?
I wish I could tell you. 50.08 or a little bit below, probably off the beacon. There's a beacon on 078, so you probably up, but I don't think there's any particular frequency. You could look on N0UK chat room. He has 2 or 3 chat rooms, but you could ask if you get logged in there, N0 Uniform Kilo chat room. Log in, and that's a good place to keep up and find out what's going on and have people also listen for you. If you could get with Dave, WA6LOL, who's been using that and is a newbie also like you are, he got quite good results talking to people on, I think, N0UK. As far as help and what frequencies and so on, Ken, over.
Yeah, very good. Well, the first thing is I just want to see if I can get an echo with 1,200 watts and 14 elements. We'll see. One step at a time. I'll see you tomorrow. By the way, I didn't hear anybody on 222. Were you there? Over.
I called and called. I can call again right now if you're there. Over.
No, I just shut down that radio.
Okay, no, I called you 2 times or 3 times because I went back and forth across you. So maybe something's not right there. Over.
Yeah, could be. I didn't hear anybody, including Paul, who I normally hear. So I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't hear Paul. Paul is on assignment. He's gone for about 1 week. He won't be back until Sunday night. So Paul is gone, but you should hear other people. You should have heard the PQL had a big signal on 222, was on quite a while. And so were the other guys, and you would hear the guys in Sacramento if you turned over that way a little bit. I did not hear Clear Lake on 222, so you and Clear Lake were missing, but I don't think it was because of propagation. So there you are. Sorry we missed you. Anyway, everything was working here, and I had extremely nice signals from everybody, including Nevada. Over.
Yeah, well, something strange. The SWR was good, power output was good. So maybe I didn't turn the antenna in the right place.
Yeah, I can't explain it either, but we did call, and a few other people were listening here. Not a whole bunch, but a few.
KO6 DHI.
Who's that? Again with your call, please.
Kilo Oscar 6, Delta Hotel India.
Okay, Delta Hotel India. You're going way too fast and you're very weak. For me, you're very weak. Rob, are you hearing Delta Hotel India?
Yeah, I did, but I got confused when you were talking. Didn't write his call sign down. Have him go again there, over.
KO6.
Hotel India.
KO6, Delta Hotel India. Yes, I remember you. Even checking in now. I can't remember where you're located. I think you're in the East Bay there somewhere. Give me your name and your Bozo number, please. Over.
Bozo is 1134. The name is Michael Edward Romeo Lima Edward Merle. Yourself?
What'd you do, Rob?
Yeah, he's right on the edge of hearing him. A little bit distorted, too, here. Can you repeat his number again? I'll go look him up.
Now, I got the number 1134, but I didn't get where he is or his handle. He said several other things, but I couldn't copy any of it. So you and I are having this same trouble. Most of this problem, DHI, is not you. It's me. I have local noise here from a solar system. And it's really bothering me when I point toward you guys in your direction there, toward Oakley and East Bay. I think you're in the East Bay area somewhere in the San Jose or the Bay Area. KO6DHI, K6MYC. Mike here, over.
That's Merle in Modesto.
Modesto. The name is Merle.
Okay, I wish you were stronger, Merle. Are you vertically polarized? You should be just roaring in here. I'm running a 9-element Yagi at 115 feet and a kilowatt, 1.5 kW toward you. Are you copying me okay, Merle?
QSL, and I'm horizontal.
Okay, tell us again your power and your polarity. Tell us again your power output and your polarity, please. Over. Merle, can you tell us what the polarity is of your antenna and how much power you're running? Over.
He said horizontal earlier.
100.
Are you hearing him, Ken? You're looking right down his throat. He's in Modesto.
Yeah, he's horizontal and 100 watts.
Oh my goodness! What is the? Ask him what his antenna is. It should be much, much better down here.
Merle, what's your antenna?
I'm running a Cobweb, MFJ Cobweb, but I will be back next Monday on a 6-meter beam.
Mike, he's got a Cobweb antenna, which I'm not familiar with, but he'll have a Yagi up next week. Over.
Well, a Cobweb is just a dipole on this band. It's a multi-band dipole. That's what a Cobweb is. Over.
Oh, okay. 1 element.
Yeah, and it's not probably very high, but it's very inefficient. Over.
Oh, okay. Well, better next week.
Now, let's hope so. Maybe he can get up something better for 6. Maybe a single-ear antenna, get off the Cobweb feed line and build up a cubicle quad or a dipole or a 2-element Yagi or a Moxon, something like that for 2 meters, for 6 meters, Merle. We can help you with that, but I can't help you till I can copy you. And I'm looking right down your throat there, so I just can't figure out why you're not louder. Seems like you're just transmitting into a piece of wire laying onto the ground. You should be way stronger. Anyway, we'll try to keep working with you, see if we can get the signal up a little bit. The 100 watts should be plenty if you got a good antenna. Maybe it's just too low. If you can be up 20 feet or higher, you'll be starting to be in the right range. 20 feet is the minimum there. 73 Merle, KO6DHI in Modesto. Thanks for checking in, K6MYC.
W6PQL.
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
I just want to check in with you here. He did the Steve thing, and I talked to him on the phone. He was mostly in Oregon, and he says he's getting a little bit old for those 2-week motorcycle trips, so they may shorten up some. See you later, K6MYC, W6PQL.
Okay, check in W6PQL, 1296, good. Okay, on Steve's motorcycle trips, probably taking some steam out of his sail. That can be grueling, depending on how equipped you are and how adept you are at riding and who you're with. Thank you for the update, Jim. W6PQL, now I'm into the Bay Area for checks on 6 meters, K6MYC.
KF6QTH 787, no traffic.
Oh, okay, I hear you pretty well tonight, Jerry. KF6QCH, KF6QCH, 787. Good to hear you, Jerry, and you must have a pretty decent antenna here on 6 meters. Pretty good signal out of the Bay Area. I'm surprised. KF6QCH, K6MYC. I'm not Jerry. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Good signal. Go ahead.
Roger, Mike. K6MYC, KF6QCH. Running 100 watts on the Moxon 6 meter. Over.
Yeah, what was the antenna again? You said it too fast. I didn't get it.
Moxon antenna, 6 meter.
Oh, Moxon, okay, 2 elements, and are you up on the roof or are you in the apartment on your balcony or something, over?
Roger, same location, over.
Well, I don't know what same is. I don't know what your location is, over.
Roger, it's still the apartment balcony where my 2 meter Yagi at.
Okay, got it. Okay, on the balcony with the 2 meter and the 6 meter Yagi or Moxon. Well, it's doing well. I'm surprised you're stronger on 6 than you are on 2 meters for some reason, Jimmy. Good deal. Thanks for putting the time in and getting the Moxon running there. KF6QCH, way up there in the San Francisco Bay Area, K6MYC. Thanks, Jimmy.
Roger, Mike. Have a good night. 7-3. Thank you.
7-3. Now, anybody else in the Bay Area? We're missing quite a few. Bay Area, K6MYC, 6 meter Bozo.
N5MPD, 1129.
Okay, there's Brett, N5NPD in Newman. And that's 1129, right?
That's correct, Mike. Good evening to Judy and yourself. Yep. Merle, I was talking to him via text message. He's got a beam he's putting up this weekend coming up, so hopefully he'll be able to chit-chat a little better on 6 meters by next Monday.
Yeah, well, if he could get up anything that's close to what you have, you're not that far apart from him in Modesto, my God. And you're just roaring in here compared to his signal. So it'll make a big difference if he gets a little beam. Did he say what it was?
That's one I had that I had screwed to the fence here. It's a 2-element diamond, and I sold it to him so he can put that up on top of his other stuff, and he should be a little bit better besides whatever he was using. I think it was a cobweb or something.
Yeah, the cobweb is just a multiple a bunch of dipoles and one flat plane, so it's not much of an antenna. It's a dipole on 6. Yeah, maybe with luck, if its pattern's not distorted by all the other elements around it. All right, very good. Thank you for helping him out with a little Yagi that you had there. Hopefully that will help. And thank you for working with Merle there. How many miles are you from Modesto, where he lives, over?
It's about 27 miles. I'm to the southwest of Modesto, about 27 miles.
Okay, well, that's good. At least you can help him. You guys can get together and he can run tests with you to see if the Yagi works better than the cobweb. And hopefully he'll have it on a little mast that he can rotate.
Yeah, he's going to put it up on his, where he has his 2-meter beam up. It's on a rotator, so he's going to stick it right in there, so he should be able to rotate it, and we should be all good, hopefully.
Yeah, very good, Brett. Well, thank you for the help there. Good evening to you, my friend, and we'll see you on Wednesday on 2 meters, of course. N5NPD, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Bay Area, over? Very quiet in the Bay Area. Let me go to Santa Cruz and Monterey here. Here we are down into Santa Cruz. If you're still awake there, Tom, KW6S, Kilo Whiskey 6 Sugar, K6MYC, Tom. KW6S, K6MYC. He's probably in the other room listening. Or not listening. How about AF6 United, Alpha Fox 6 United? How about you, Lee?
AF6 United, I am here tonight.
You certainly are, and you about blew me off the shack here. Good signal. Alpha Fox 6 United, and your number is that damn 10, oh, for heaven's sake, 1089?
The countdown, Bozo. 10, 9, 8.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant to say. I meant to say 1098, and I said it wrong, so I'm getting closer. I knew what I had in mind. 1098, 1098. Good. Well, you're sounding good, and I don't know where Tom is this evening. Maybe he said he would be here, but he may have gotten off into another project. You know how he is, over.
Roger, yeah. And I'm kind of beat from field day. I was helping set up and take down antennas both on Friday and Sunday, and so yeah, I'm just trying to recover right now myself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what did you say happened? Did you have a physical problem yourself, or just have an antenna collapse?
Oh, no. This was field day. Our club had a big field day presence. I helped put up antennas I helped actually put up a couple of hex beam antennas, and I helped my friend put up a 40, 20, and 10-meter fan dipole. Well, actually, it was an inverted V with about the V at about maybe 120 degrees. So that thing worked really well for him. Yeah, he was hopping on 40 meters for a long time. Made 508 contacts over the weekend, or over the 24-hour period. So he was happy, and we all had a great time.
Yeah, very good.
His name?
This is Lee. Yeah. Good evening, Lee, and fine on your friend that you're helping there with the other antennas. I understand now. Very good. Yeah. Well, a lot of people had fun on the field day. I guess it turned out to be pretty good. John down here, K6 Mexico, Italy, operating in Delta Mike 05. Got on, I think, 20 meters, or 10, 15, and 20, and he had 300 contacts. Well, that's not spectacular until you understand that he was just running a maximum of 5 watts. So 5 watts and 300 contacts is a pretty good score, over.
Roger. Yeah, running QRP like that's pretty good. That's really great. Yeah. So, yeah, and our other stations, I think we had a digital station that ran 400 and some odd contacts, and the CW station actually did pretty well, too. I think that they had 413 contacts, and yeah, they did really well.
Okay. Very good. I'm glad everybody had fun and lots of good contacts made. We're going to run. We got just about done with the net here, and we're getting kind of tired. We've been out here 2 nets in a row, and it's still warm, and it's getting close to bedtime. Hi. Anyway, Lee, thanks much, and we'll look for you on Wednesday on 2 meters, hopefully, and then again on Thursday. Last week I had terrible problems on 432, but I think we'll be okay this week. I think I found the problem today. I don't know if I fixed it on 432, but hopefully Frank will be here. I think I found a bad piece of cable between the antenna relay and the preamp, and that's all it is. I think I found a bad piece of coax in there. Thank you, Lee. 73 AF6 United K6MYC 73, and I'll stand by for Tom. Nothing heard from Tom. Okay, we're going to have to slap that boy on the butt and wake him up. All right, let's see. How about down to Lee, not Lee, but Scott. WA6LIE. Scott, I wonder if you're copying this to a 6-meter signal tonight. WA6LIE, WA6 London, India, Echo, K6MYC, over. WA6LIE, WA6 London, India, Echo. Maybe it's past his bedtime. Okay, is there anybody else? I could go down to KB6RQU. Are you still here, Rob, or are you gone?
Oh, I'm still here. I've been writing down the check-ins, over.
Okay, I think we've got everybody, but let's go down. I don't think Rick is going to be there, but let's go see anyway, just on the outside chance that he's going to be here. Whoops, yeah, here we come. 17, 160, and 150 something. That should be pretty close to Rick. KB6RQU. You never know about Rick. Sometimes he's in here late, sometimes in here early, and most of the times he's not in here at all, is he? KB6RQU, how about it, Rick? K6MYC, Lake Isabella, over. I think we're done, Rob.
Yeah, it looks like it, I guess. I guess Rick's not there. KB6RQU. I have to give him another call and shame him a little more, over.
Go for it.
Okay, and I keep forgetting to email the other guy that's down there that hasn't been on in a long time. He had antenna issues, and then that was the end of it. Anyway, I'm going to count and see what we got. Over.
Okay, the other call sign is I don't know why I remember this, KG6BRG. Don't write it down. KG6BRG, his name is Scott, but I don't know what his Bozo number is. And he's in Lake Isabella also. I'm sure you'll find him there, but you might, if you can, squeak a minute out and drop him a quick note. Say we haven't heard him forever, and RQU has got lots of troubles and hasn't been on very often. Please help him fill in 2 meters and 6 meters. Thank you. KM6SRR with a pause. K6MYC. Anybody else for the 6-meter Bozo Net? Nothing heard, so I guess we're done, Rob, and Judy's going to count them up. She said, 24.
Roger. Yeah, I forgot to put myself in there, so that makes 24. Over.
Okay, sounds good. That's nice to have the same number here for a change.
I'm relieved.
Judy fell over and passed out. All right, very good. Rob 73, thanks for the help here this evening, listening. you're out hearing me here on 6 meters with this damn noise I've got. Boy, I wish I could get rid of that.
Yep, that's very unusual to out hear you. So, anyway, I'm glad I could be of help there. I need to talk to Aaron if he's still on. Over.
Aaron, are you here?
Yeah, I just had to get to the microphone, K6USY.
Okay, Aaron, do you have a minute for a couple questions on behalf of Marcus? Over.
Repeat that again.
Do you have a moment for a couple of questions on behalf of Marcus? Over.
Not on this frequency. I'm getting torn up by my air conditioner right now.
Okay. You want to go over to 2 meter?
Or just give me a call.
Okay, that works too. Thank you. K6USY, KM6SR.
K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Okay, good evening, Aaron, and say good evening to Brittany, and we'll talk to you probably not tomorrow, but Wednesday. Well, may talk to you tomorrow. I guess you have a 697, don't you?
Yep, I got everything but 220.
Shame on you. We'll have to work on that.
Yeah, I need a transverter. I do have it on my list that I'll get an antenna for it regardless, but yeah, at some point I need a transverter.
Yeah, well, we'll keep our ears to the ground. They may turn up. I haven't heard from Frank tonight. I haven't heard from Frank for a day and a half or two now. I don't know what's going on. I thought he would be on here on 6 meters tonight. I'll call him in the morning because he was supposed to be here today and he didn't show. He was supposed to hear. He hasn't been here for 3 days now. All 3 days he's been having problems with his own system, but I didn't even get a call from him today, which is quite rare. So hopefully everything's okay up there on the hill. 7-3, we didn't have anybody check in from Course Gold except you, Rob, so we didn't get K6BBG or any of the other guys that have 6 meters up there, BBG or Charlie Echo Fox or anybody. 7-3 guys, K6MYC pulling the switch.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, Dane, I think, has 6 meter too. So, anyway, K6MYC and Judy, KM6SR, 73.
7-3.